Yellow Brick War, Chapter 8. The next morning, dressed in my new jeans and one of the shirts my mom had picked out for me, I was once again a senior at Dwight D. Eisenhower Senior High. The halls were the same, dull linoleum, smelling of mop bucket and ancient cafeteria tater tots. The lockers were the same dull gray metal that even a fresh coat of paint couldn't even make new. The lights overhead flickered like mood lighting in a prison camp, but this time, everything was different. Before, I'd been a nobody. Salvation Amy. Trailer trash nobody. If people bothered to look at me, it was only with scorn in their eyes. This time around, I was a celebrity. And I definitely didn't like it. Everywhere I walked, whispers followed me, and people turned to stare as I passed. More than a few of them said hi in sickly sweet tones that made me want to roll my eyes. They'd never talked to me before in their lives. They just wanted to be close to the drama. My disappearance and miraculous return was the first interesting thing that had happened at Dwight D. Eisenhower Senior High since Dustin knocked up Madison Pendleton. I wasn't dumb enough to fall for the fake warmth. I knew who my friends were in Flat Hill. Nobody. Go ahead and look, I thought. They should look, because whatever they thought happened to me while I had been gone, the truth was so much crazier. And anyway, I wasn't here to run for prom queen. I was here to save the whole damn world. The only annoying thing was that these people would never even know it. It took me a minute to find my own locker, because I didn't recognize it. It had practically been turned into a shrine. Ribbons looped around the bare metal, dried flowers were struck through the vents, cards and notes were taped in every inch of its surface. Missing you, come home soon, a heart cut out of construction paper with a Miss You, Amy written on it in loopy cursive that looked like a kindergartner's. Someone even had taped a picture of me with sequins glued in the shape of a heart around my face. Where the photos had come from, I had no idea. Pre-Oz, Amy glared balefully at me in her dirty thrift store jeans, ready for a fight. The whole thing made me sick. I wanted to pull the cards and flowers off my locker and throw them on the ground, trample them into scraps. None of these people have given a shit about me until they thought I was dead, until I'd given them an excuse to feel sad, important, useful. Until I'd finally done something interesting by getting myself killed. My stomach turned over and I flipped my lock through its old combination, the numbers coming to me effortlessly. The more things change, the more they stay the same, I thought bitterly. Do you like it? I'm the one who organized the decorating committee. No matter how much time I'd spent in Oz, I'd never forget that voice. I turned slowly. Hi, Madison, I said. I mean, what else was I supposed to say? My mouth dropped when I saw her. Pregnant Madison was now new Mom Madison, and she beamed with pride at me over the wrinkly-faced infant strapped to her chest in one of those weird baby slings that always looked like they were designed to suffocate the child. Baby or no baby, she was still Madison. She was wearing a hot pink sequin-covered crop top that bared a surprisingly toned post-belly pink velour track pants with a huge glittery pink heart over her ass, and pink platform sneakers. She also smelled intensely of strawberry body spray, and her lips were licked with thick coat of pink gloss. If it isn't Amy Gum back from the dead, she said. We all thought you were a goner, you know. She giggled. Of course, once you weren't around for a while, I almost missed you. Almost. This is Dustin Jr., by the way. She patted the baby, who made a burbling noise. Madison's baby was downright ugly. Then again, I guess most new babies are. He looked like a little old man who couldn't find his dentures. His cheeks were too fat, and his face was squashed-looking, as if someone had stepped on his head. Plus, he was bald as an egg. But I felt bad for him. It wasn't his fault that his mom was the biggest bitch in Kansas. Well, second biggest, now that I'm back. Anyway, I'd long since learned I could tackle bitches way bigger than Madison Pendleton of Flat Hill. Although, come to think of it, Madison was as fond of sparkly crap as Glinda. Maybe when you signed up for super evil arch enemy status, everybody sent you a gallon of glitter body spray. Or maybe everybody evil just had the same tacky taste. Either way, I was apparently going to be cursed with a glittery pink nemesis everywhere I went. He's, really cute, I said. The slang thing was getting easier and easier, wasn't it? I'd slayed monsters in Oz. She'd just given birth to one. She smiled, and weirdly, it wasn't her usual cat about to chomp down on the canary grin. It was a real smile, almost tender. She looked down at Dustin Jr. and stroked the top of his bald head gently with one finger. "I know," she said blissfully. "It's kind of crazy how much stuff can change in a month." "Tell me about it," I muttered. I looked back at my locker. "Thanks for, all this," I said. For some reason, Madison was not moving. She shrugged. "I mean, it was the least I could do, you know. I know we didn't always get along, but I didn't want for you to, die. Honestly." She trailed off, chewing at one pink manicured nail. I raised an eyebrow. "Honestly, I guess I was kind of a bitch to you sometimes," she said in a rush. "I mean, you made it easy, you know. You were pretty shitty to me, too, and you kept going after my boyfriend." "I did not," I protested. She rolled her eyes. "Please," she said. Her voice took on a high-pitched note. "Oh, Dustin, of course I'll do your algebra. Oh, Dustin, let me tutor you." You weren't even trying to be subtle. "He kept asking," I said. "Dustin's not very smart," Madison said, "but he knows a sucker when he sees one." I stared at her, not sure whether to laugh or hit her. Was Madison, in her own weird, mean Madison way, trying to be friends with me by making fun of her jock boyfriend? I'd always had a soft spot for Dustin. She was right about that. But she was also right that he wasn't exactly the brightest bulb in the chandelier. "Look," she said, shrugging again. "When you disappeared like that, I realized that you were, one of the only interesting people around here. It was boring without you, Amy." She popped her finger back in her mouth again, chewing away at her nail and grinning at me. "Gonna be late for homeroom. See you around," she said, and sauntered away as Dustin Jr. trailed spit down her shoulder. So that was pretty weird, but it was nowhere close to the weirdest thing that would happen to me that day.